So there's a few things that you should remember for the exam. Okay, the exam's coming up, so you'll want to know this. How do I create a thread? The first way is to extend the thread superclass. The second way is to implement the runnable interface. No matter which route I go, I have to define the run method, and I need to override the run method. So either I override the run method in the thread class or I override the run method in the runnable interface. The run method is where the code will go that you want to happen concurrently, simultaneously, or asynchronously in the background. This code is in the run method. So you want to know two methods, the run and the start. The run method is a code that's going to happen concurrently, and you'll see here I'm generating a message and then I'm updating the UI. You want to know here, if I update the UI, it needs to happen on the main thread. If it doesn't, I can get a runtime error because two threads cannot update the UI at the same time. How do I stop a thread? The only way to stop a thread that's not deprecated is to let the run method finish executing. So you'll see I have a return here, which forces the run method to return. And at the same time, there's only one way to pause a thread. It's with the sleep method. The other methods have been deprecated. Sleep only pauses the thread for a fixed amount of time, and that is not guaranteed, which is why it needs a try-catch block. The operating system can interrupt this sleep or interrupt this thread and say, hey, stop sleeping. I need those resources for this program or even for another program. And the operating system may interrupt this thread. You'll see here, the last thing you'll want to know is how do I stop a thread when the user closes the stage. You want to pass the stage as a parameter to the controller and then put an event listener on it. When the stage is closed, you'll see a set on close request. Basically set that Boolean variable to true, and when you do, it will return and force the run method to finish executing. And that's the main way to terminate a thread. So on the exam, make sure you go back over the life cycle. You'll see the two ways here: extend the thread superclass, implements the runnable interface. We talked about both of those. Remember the life cycle. I've created, alive, and terminated. The only way to terminate is when the run method returns. Stop has been deprecated. And over here, suspend has been deprecated. The only way to sleep or suspend or pause a thread is with the sleep method. And remember the life cycle here. Okay, that's it for lecture 29, Thread Playground. You'll notice on lecture 29, once it's posted, I also have another example called Thready. Okay, Thready is just like Thread Playground, except it may use some more examples. But everything you need to know for the exam we went over. If you go back to lecture 29, more on threading. Once it's posted, you will see Thread Playground and Thready. Okay, take a look at Thready. Thready is just another example to show you all the different cases here. Okay, I'm showing you all the different cases, how to make threads, how to pause threads, how to stop threads, how to allow threads to update the UI. A lot of knowledge here. Make sure you go back over it. I'm going to show you a really cool application, one that you can actually use as an example for a final project. It's going to be using threads to unzip files. It's one of the coolest applications because we actually use it when grading your challenges. Stick with Professor Wergeles, and we'll see you next time.